How are you feeling, friends? Thanks for putting some fuzz in your ears. That's gross. I'm sorry. That's uncalled for, fuzz. Knock it off. I hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. We certainly did. We went to our happy place. And that wasn't just psychologically, that was physically as well. This week, I'm joined by Lori Yahr. You've heard Lori Yahr on this show before while we were talking about Enchantment in the Park way back in November of 2021. Well, she's back this week, but this time for a different organization, West Bend Friends of Parks and Rec. And today we'll be talking about two great events that are happening in West Bend's Regner Park, German Night and Regner Fest. Lori is very involved with the community, and she's particularly good at planning large events. And with that, here are 15 minutes on German Night and Regner Fest in West Bend with Lori Yahr on 15 Minutes with Fuzz. All right, Lori, you're back. You are my third two-time guest on the show. So County Executive Showman's been on twice, and West Bend Administrator Jay Shambo, and now you're in good company. So welcome back.
Well, awesome. Third in line. Yay.
Yeah, yes, exactly. It's going to be one of those where I'll get like on Saturday Night Live where you get a jacket after you've been on here 5 times, I think.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, we'll just have to work on that. So you were previously on episode 19 with me. We were talking about Enchantment in the Park, which you're heavily involved with. And now we're here on episode 49, and we're talking about another thing at Regner Park. But specifically, we're talking about Friends of West Bend Parks and Rec. And first of all, how have you been since the last time we spoke?
I've been fantastic. Had twin granddaughters, so all good with that.
Congrats.
Yep. Thank you. Yep.
Have you been able to go see them? And
yes, they live in San Francisco, so I've been out there twice. And probably getting another plane ticket on the way.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. Congratulations. And then can you talk to us a bit about the organization? So Friends of West Bend Parks and Rec. What does that organization all entail?
Yes. It is different than Enchantment in the Park. A lot of people think that we're one and the same and we're part of the city. We're really not. We are Enchantment in the Park is its own LLC, and West Bend Friends of Park and Rec is its own LLC also. We are a group of people, not a very big group for all we do, but we're a group of people that get together and we run festivals in the summertime to make money for the West Bend Park systems.
Okay.
And we get a list from the parks every year. What do you need? What do you want? Outside of the city budget. The city budget only goes so far. So it works well for us to raise money for them, and they let us know where the need is.
Okay. So then the reason then behind doing that is to help improve our parks and recs in the area, which given the name of the 501c3, you'd think that it would be,
right.
That's pretty evident. Didn't take me too long to put all those together. Who is all involved with the organization?
We have a board of directors. There's 10 of us all together. I'm actually a consultant for the board. The board I'm not on that board.
Okay.
They're pretty much my bosses. I present things to them, and they're the final say in what we do and what we don't do. Great group of people from all different walks of life. It's really just people mainly that have a strong interest in the park systems or that want to help raise the money for the park system. And I've never had trouble. I never have trouble getting board members, and I never have trouble getting volunteers for our events because West Bend's got a beautiful park system that doesn't happen by itself. It needs help. So everybody's on board for that.
Yeah, definitely a great park system here and lots of great places to go and recreate with your family, and love that we have that central, like Regner Park is that like big central park here in West Bend that people go to, and all the different events are held here, and things are constantly improving there. So can I ask you personally, you're involved with a lot of things. So what makes you get involved with things like Friends of West Bend Parks and Rec and Enchantment and some of these other things you're involved with?
Well, I used to work for the West Bend Park System. I was with the city for 22 years. Decided I wanted to retire. I was tired of the day-to-day, going in 8 hours a day, whatever, more than that. But I still wanted to be involved, and you just because you retire doesn't mean you're done doing things.
Yeah.
And so I was looking for something that would help the community. I'm kind of an in-charge person.
Yeah.
So let me still be in charge and still work with a great group of people. And this really fit the need. So it's a lot of work, but I have a lot of help, and it runs very smooth.
Yeah, and you can still skip off to San Francisco when you need to.
That's exactly right.
So Friends of West Bend Parks and Rec, recently had the beer garden at Regner Park. How did that go?
Oh, it was fantastic. Yep. We have that Eric Diamond. He's the Neil Diamond guy on Friday night. We just keep getting bigger and bigger with him. He's just fantastic to listen to and enjoy. And that's a nice event because it's older people, but younger people also. The next day we had a country band, FM Rodeo, and they're a Washington County surrounding area regular now. And then they do a very nice job. That event is more looking at the beer than it is even the music or the food.
Sure.
And we do have Lakefront Brewery as a major sponsor, and every year they show up with some extra different new beers that they have, and they're great. So they're great to work with. They're a partner of ours, and so that's a very, very nice event, and it just keeps getting bigger every year.
I'm glad you guys had success with that, and weather was good and all that.
Weather was fantastic. I look at I don't look at the weather too much because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
We have to run no matter what.
Right.
It does make a difference how many brats we cook, though.
Oh yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but other than that, it's we don't cancel the day generally unless it's a huge storm where people are at risk. But we run anyway, and it is what it is. We're waiting for the mud run day to have rain, and that'll be really muddy. But we're hoping
well,
it doesn't.
the kids will like that, right?
Yeah, the kids will like that.
And we're going to talk about that coming up next week. Friends of Parks is going to be putting on a couple of events in the same week, which sounds pretty daunting. German Night and Regner Fest. So let's first talk about German Night, since that comes first. What night is that, first of all?
German Night is Wednesday, July 13th. And we open our doors at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. And so that's at Regner Park, obviously. Where in Regner Park is German Night?
That's around the entertainment area. So
Okay.
the Rotary, the Kiwanis building, and then we use the stage, of course, for that night we have River City Blashkapelle Band. They start us off, and then that runs into a This Is Us band that comes in from Fond du Lac at the later band.
Great. So you said that opens at 5, and that way it just goes to like 10:30 or so?
Till 10 o'clock.
Okay, very good. And then what other things can we expect at German Night beside the bands?
German Night is more about the food, the German
Okay.
food, of course. I've always used Kewaskum Frozen Foods for our brats. They do a wonderful job for us. I just put my order in, 700 brats coming, 300 hot dogs. They're
Nice.
great. We have some pretzels that we have from Milwaukee Pretzel Company, and it's all things German. And then even our volunteers, they make German desserts.
Okay.
And then we sell those. And that's kind of getting to be the hit. It's like, what kind of desserts do we have out there that people brought? So that's a fun thing to do too.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like a German pastry, in my opinion. But I've had plenty in my life. So, I assume that German Night is family friendly, right? Is there any cost to entry there?
Nope. We don't. That's what our policy of our board and myself. We don't charge for any cover fee ever.
Okay.
This is a community service. We like the community to come out, and we don't want it hindered by a cover charge.
Very good.
Come on in. If you're not enjoying yourself, you can go home, but we're not going to charge you $10 to figure out you're not enjoying yourself.
Sure.
So-
No, absolutely. That's great. And then coming up 2 days later is Regner Fest at Regner Park. And that's Friday, July 15th and Saturday, the 16th. What is Regner Fest?
Regner Fest is another big festival, and we do it in conjunction with the Dirty Ninja Mud Run.
Okay.
The city actually runs the run. We run the festival around the run.
Okay.
But they've got 2,500 kids signed up. So
Wow.
you multiply by that with 2 parents, that's 7,500 people in the park on a
Yeah.
Saturday morning. So it's a great partnership. And you said, well, why wouldn't we have an event when we have all those people in the park? So
Yeah.
Friday night, we have Bella Cain coming in. They are a Summerfest band. They are fantastic.
Yep.
If you haven't seen them, you need to come down and see them. They're fantastic. And then we have our beer and, of course, hot food that night. And then we start again at 10 o'clock the next morning. And we have family activities until 4. So bounce houses, face painting, different sports demos, all kinds of little different things going on. Splash pad is open for free. So it'll be a fun day for the kids that day.
All right. Very good. And again, the kids stuff is all happening on Saturday, and the Dirty Ninja Mud Run is right before that. Or
It's kind of during it.
during? Okay.
We open our doors at 10 o'clock. The concessions open at 9 o'clock. And, there's people at the beer line at 9 o'clock. We are Wisconsin.
It is Wisconsin.
So
yes.
that's fun. But concession doors open at 9 o'clock, and you can buy whatever you want at that hour. But the kids start running. I believe their first run is at 8 o'clock. And
Okay.
they do them in increments of a half an hour, I believe.
Sure.
So I think they're wrapped up by noon or 1 o'clock. And part of the things that our friends group does is we give a donation to the runners. We buy them their lunch.
Oh, cool.
So it's a little mini cousin sub, a bag of chips, and a chocolate milk. And that is the gift from us to the city for that run.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. Sounds like a great time. And every kid that I know that has ever run and that has had a fantastic time. And again, the run itself is part from the city, but you guys team up with them to help put that all together. So again, German Night is at Regner Park on Wednesday, July 13th. Regner Fest is on Friday and Saturday, July 15th and 16th. What other things does Friends of West Bend Parks and Rec have going on? Or is this the big thing?
Behind the scenes, I do a little bit. We have a bench and tree service where if you have somebody that passes away, you want to do a memorial, you can give a certain amount of money to our organization, and I float that over to the city, and they'll buy a bench or a tree. And the city and that person will work it out to see what they can do there.
Okay, and that could go a number of different parks or trails, anything like that?
It was heavily Regner, but Regner's getting kind of full of benches. You don't want every
Pretty
3
soon it's
feet.
going to look like a stadium seating. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they didn't want that. But there are plenty of parks to put benches and trees in, so that's a great program. And then our group also does a little bit of enchantment in the park. We set up one area, we take down that area.
Okay.
And then enchantment pays our organization for the work we've done.
Sure, like enchantment does for a number of other organizations.
Exactly.
Softball leagues and those kind of things.
Right.
You mentioned before that you never have a problem getting volunteers, but do you ever need volunteers?
Oh, we always take new ones on.
Okay.
It's actually this year we've got a couple new ones. If somebody contacts me and they're looking for something to do or new to the community, it's a great way to get involved and meet new people.
Yeah.
By the end of the night, you're talking to people like they're your best friends, and we do give our volunteers a T-shirt and unlimited drink and food. So
Excellent.
It's a great way to give things out, but also get a little too, at the same time.
Perfect. That's great. Is there someplace people can go to find out more information or to find your contact information?
You can go to the city website or call the city hall, the Parks Department. They'll be able to put you in touch with me. Or I'm LoriYahr@gmail.com.
Okay.
If you want to volunteer, I'll get you on the schedule.
All right, perfect. I'll drop that in the show notes for here. So if you're listening online, you can just click on that and see that. And you're probably listening online because that's really the only place you can listen to a podcast. Lori, thanks so much for all you do for the community. Good luck with German Night and Regner Fest. And thanks again for coming in. We'll see you on the third time sometime soon.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Then rain, stay away.
Yes, stay away, rain. Thanks, Lori.
All right.
Thank you again to Lori Yahr of West Bend Friends of Parks and Rec for joining us to talk about German Night and Regner Fest. German Night is Wednesday, July 13th. Regner Fest, Friday, July 15th, and Saturday, July 16th. Both of them take place at West Bend's Regner Park in downtown West Bend. And a big thank you to you for listening. As always, I do appreciate your support. New episodes come out every Monday. You can find the show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at 15 with Fuzz. You can also listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, and Google Podcasts. Or visit 15withfuzz.com. You can even sign up for our emails there. And we'll talk to you again next week on Monday right here on 15 Minutes with Fuzz.